Hello, friends and lovers. Welcome to some kind of coding incremental game called The Farmer Was Replaced. Cost me $10 on Steam. This one came as a recommendation from our good friend Bally in the Discord. Let us check it out. We must create our first program here. And yeah, I mean, it is literally coding. It might be similar to Python from what I understand. I don't know anything about Python, but I did take some kind of coding classes, basically. We can go to our first program here, and I'm going to skip over some of the super basic stuff here and hopefully simplify it a little bit, but I didn't play much, but basically we can harvest over here, and then we can hit play, and boom, we go ahead and harvest it. So I don't believe we have a way to create a loop yet, but maybe that'll come later. So basically we'd have to sit here and do this manually. Are we harvesting too fast? No, it looks like it's just right. So we're earning some grass here. We now have 11, or hay. It is indeed hay. You can also have, we also have another function called do a flip. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but maybe someday there will be a purpose. There we go. We do a flip. Lovely. Okay, but now we can open the upgrade tree and take a look. Loops unlocks a simple while loop. While true, you can harvest, for instance. Okay, that sounds good. Includes the basic window. I'll leave this open for now. But I do know that you can just simply do a while true, right? And you can autofill some of this stuff, and then we can just open up the harvest. Bing, bang, boom. And there she goes. Bob is your uncle, just like that. And we are auto-harvesting left and right. We can zoom out. Oh, I just realized you can totally zoom out here like that. Okay. So, what else do we want to do now? And I guess we probably can't make this any more efficient as is. We probably just need to upgrade some more things if I were to guess. I like our little flying piggy bank there, by the way. Increase the speed of both drone and code execution. Increases the yield of grass from 100% to 200%. Ooh. Or hats for your drone. Okay, so we're going to go with the speed upgrade for now. All right, so for the speed upgrade, it has been doubled. The problem is that the drone now harvests faster than the grass can grow, resulting in no harvest at all. Oh, so we're getting nothing. So now they're giving us the if statement, and we can use if can harvest. Okay, so we can simply do this, right? If can harvest, harvest. Bing, bomb, boom. So we need the grass to grow faster now if possible to get any more efficient than this, right? Okay, I understand now. I don't think we need to think much harder about what they're showing us here, so we just need to unlock some more stuff. Expands the farm land and unlocks movement. Okay, we can also unlock the bush. Unlocks planting, rather, and then we can plant a bush, I guess. All right, so now we have expanded. Lovely. Your farm has grown. Space is not much of use. You can't move the drone, so there's a new function for move. Okay, so what we can do here now is we can simply move north each time. Will this make it much better, I wonder? Oh, our drone moves quite slowly. Okay, and it does wrap around when you go north, so that's convenient at least, too. So actually, this is not as efficient as before, I believe, because the grass grows faster than we can move. So I guess you'd want to delete that for now and keep harvesting the old-fashioned way. Okay, so plant. So I guess we'll unlock the bush now instead. Grass is nice because it grows automatically. All other plants have to be planted with the plant function. The only plant you can plant right now is a bush. Okay. So, assuming this will give us a different resource, right? So I guess we will simply plant the entities dot bush, and then if can harvest, we harvest. Okay. Oh, it takes a long time to grow. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. So now's a good time to probably use the move function instead, or with it, in conjunction with it. So that way we can make use of this time. Now, wait a minute. We should actually plant before we move, it seems to me. And we should check for the harvest before we move as well, right? And we don't want to plant first. I'm messing it up, I think. So we should move last? Is my understanding correct? Felt like moving first should have worked then, in theory, right? Do you have to close an if loop here? No, it does work. Okay. Now it's waiting, and then it's harvesting. So it won't plant if it's growing, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so I guess it didn't actually matter. And I am a fool. Let me check it like this. Okay, so yeah, now it's... Well, you'd want to plant it after the harvest every time. So maybe that's the only thing I need to move, right? Just to make sure, yeah, we're not wasting that and moving unnecessarily. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. And maybe I did achieve that without realizing it. Okay, okay. There we go. Look at all that. Lovely. So now we have that. Expands the farm. This also clears the farm to a 3x3 grid. Increases the speed of both the drone and code execution. That would be nice. We still don't have enough grass to unlock that, though. Hats for the drone I still haven't unlocked. We are faster now, although we're mostly waiting for them to grow. So we can open up this now. And now we have a 3x3 grid, which maybe we can make use of, right? Your farm is expanded again. Now the tiles are no longer in a nice row, so you need to find a way to traverse a square grid. With a while loop, this is not possible until you unlock senses and operators. Huh? It is time to introduce the for loop. I remember in school, like, wondering to myself, like, why would you use the for loop? You can just use a while loop and add a condition or something. It took me a long time to just kind of realize that there's two options, essentially, was my understanding. I mean, I'm dumbing it down, as you can tell, and I don't remember that well. But yeah, I was quite confused by that. But wow, this gets quite in-depth, as we can see. Now, this is where I would probably get in trouble with my professor and refuse to use the for loop, and instead I would just continue to use the while loops or something like that. There's all that stuff on the for loop page. Do n number of flips, n equals 5, right? Range n creates a range of numbers from 0 to n minus 1, which has n elements in it. The for loop runs its loop body once for every element in the sequence. Function get world size is also available now. Okay, so that way we could get... So would it return 9? I wonder. For instance, side length of your farm. Oh, the side length. So you can write code that won't break with the next expand upgrade. With the next expand upgrade. I still don't feel like we need this necessarily. Am I crazy? However, I might be really inefficient here, to be honest. So, obviously we want to move like east, and assumably it wraps around, right? Now, doing it like this, I don't think will work properly. We're just going to do like a weird diagonal. And then we kind of, yeah, we skip over some squares of it. However, if you simply copy a second east into it, I believe that should work just fine. Whoops, I hit Control C when I shouldn't have. Okay, so now we move right twice and north once per loop, harvesting as we go. And I think this is pretty much as efficient as I can be, given what we have here. I mean, I think I understand the for loop if and when I need to use it anyway, I hope. Otherwise, I'll have to come back to this page, no doubt, right? Okay. We're moving, we're moving. Now, I do need grass still. This is part of my problem here. Looks like we need to start harvesting carrots. I wonder, should I go back to grass temporarily? We'll just move forward for now. Tilt, because, yeah, increases the yield of grass. So spending grass only begets more grass. So I don't know if I care that much. Okay. Tools to help with debugging programs. You can get the print command. Okay, till the soil and plant carrots. We must till it, huh? Carrots! Before you can plant... I feel like... Oh, whoa, that feels weird. Before you can plant carrots with plant entities carrot, you have to till the soil. This will change the background to grounds.soil to till the soil. Simply called till. Calling till again will change it back to grasslands. Okay. It costs wood and hay to plant carrots, by the way. These items will be automatically removed when calling plant entities carrots. Oh, I wonder how much of each it costs, right? Because that could be a problem there in its own way. Increase the yield of carrots now, and maybe I will, just even though I haven't gotten any yet, but I don't know, it just seems like a good expenditure. So here, why don't we pause that? I'm going to rename this function to, I don't know, bushes. And we're going to create a new function instead for carrots. Now, we should be doing a little bit of each so that we don't actually run out, correct? But either way, we'll still name it carrots, I feel, right? Okay. So, what we need to do is we want to plant a certain amount. The truth is, you should probably create, or the simplest way for me to do this, and not the most efficient. Simple does not always mean efficient in my mind, right? Is to simply create a loop where you kind of micromanage all 9 squares to some degree. So you take the can harvest and you harvest for some grass here or something like that. Yes, I'm aware. And so we do that. That's always going to be the first step in the solution, right? And we're going to want to do that a few times. So let's assume that our drone starts here or something along those lines. And then we simply move east, right? We don't need to... So let's assume these 3 are grass. These 3 we should turn into bushes, right? Okay. And then these 3 will turn into carrots. It doesn't say how much we will consume, right? So we want to do this 3 times, basically. And I'll have it loop around here. And maybe that means that that's a little weird. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move south, right? On top of it. So we move east and we move south. I mean, you could harvest before you move again, but I guess we'll keep it kind of semi-efficient. So we can copy all of that again. And I'll leave an extra line here to kind of separate it so we know that this is the second one. Can you add comments? I was always in trouble for not doing enough comments. I was the guy that, like, you know, they tell you to comment or something like that, to leave comments to explain the code, and I'd be like, the name of the variable was like numbers, and then I'd leave a comment that explained that it's a parameter of numbers. Those kind of comments, you know. Okay, so next one we want bushes. So do we want to start? Yeah, we want to start with the harvest. I think that's safe to say, and then you can go ahead and plant entities dot bush, right? And that's pretty much it. So from the previous loop, it should be good. So all we need to do is add that in between each one, right? Before each move east is my understanding. Okay, so there you go. So that's the second row of our farm here. Let's go down a couple more, right? So next we have to do carrots and we have to till the soil, then we have to plant it. So we'll start again. So, is it just till? It is indeed just till. Do I need to do anything else with till? It doesn't indicate. It just says simply call it, right? So right before each plant... Oh, no. No. I thought it was smarter than that. Perhaps it is not, though. I'm trying to just highlight, you know... before the plant. Oh, it did it again. It worked in the previous one, interestingly. If I just do that, does that help? I'm not going to find out. Okay. All right. What do you think? No errors, right? Uh-oh. Oh, right. It harvested. Oh, it looks funky. Oh, wait. Is it harvesting grass too there, or am I crazy? Wait. I think it might be messing up. Oh, right, because I shouldn't be planting... Oh, I forgot to change it to plant carrots. Whoops. I knew I forgot something, right? Duh. Okay. What's easier here? I don't know if I can copy paste, really. Okay, there we go. Let's try this again, shall we? After tilling the soil. So now my carrots... Okay, those look much better. Something seems like... Oh, because this soil has been tilled. Can I, like, clear the farm or something? Oh, we have an error. Cannot plant entities carrot on ground/grasslands. Wait, what's the problem here? It seems okay now. Okay, but there's accidentally some soil here, and I need to undo that. Is there a way to, like, reset my farm, almost? There does not appear to be, so maybe you would just... do this, right? Wow, true. In order to get a proper reset on the farm... Okay, so if... there must be a way to tell, right? Turn it all back into grasslands. If... ground? Oh, whoopsie. Browns. If can, harvest, clear. What about just clear? Continue, else, do flip, entities, false, harvest. Pet the piggy. Nice try. If true, clear. What about that? Did not work. This is not a valid statement. I mean to write clear. Oh, as a function. Yes, of course. There we go. Lovely. I'm just going to go and clear that. Delete it? No, I'll just... I mean, I don't know why I made a loop for clear. So let's just throw that in there. I guess you could have even thrown in the loop in a sense, but no, that would be silly, right? Very, very silly. So we'll put that there for now. Okay, so back at it. So there's our 3 grass. Then up there's the 3 bushes, right? 1 carrot, 2 carrot, 3 carrot. Okay, very good. Now I only have 2 carrots presently. There we go. Now the carrots are popping. What is this now? Is it having the same issue? Cannot plant entities.carrot on grants.grassland. I don't think I'm trying to, right? It says till. Wait, do I have to till it again after harvesting exactly? Or maybe you don't. Can harvest. If can harvest, you harvest. I'm not getting to the carrots too soon, am I? Oh. Oh, maybe that's an issue. You seeing this? I might be getting to the carrots too soon. I can't tell if I need to. So, if you can't harvest... But also, wait, what? What is that? Hello? Carrot. How long has that been like that? The hell? Let me see what happens now. Although it's going to be in a weird order. Crapple. Stop, cancel. Let's hit the clear command real quick. There's our 3 grass. There's our bushes. Now, it only does it if it can harvest. If it can't harvest, what's it gonna do? It skipped over the one in the middle. It worked there. I wonder why the one in the middle, huh? I guess he got there a little too soon, so it skips over it otherwise. It's interesting it still moves, though, actually, now that I think about it, because it's only supposed to happen if it can harvest it. It's only supposed to move if you can harvest it. Well, this one I did mess up, actually, to be clear. And that one. The indentation does matter, right? Oh, crap, I gotta hit the clear again. I know, I'm a fool. Alright, everyone needs to chill, seriously. Let's hit the clear. Put this over here or something. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I know I have some resources to spend here, but for some reason I feel the need to solve this first. Maybe it needs to wait if it can't harvest. Yeah, now it's like off kilter or something, it looks to me. It did something funky now. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna let that work while I look at this for a minute here, shall we? Expands the farm. This also clears the farm, so we get a 4x4 grid. Now, that's where my loop sucks. I mean, it already kind of sucks, as we can see. I do have enough grass to increase the yield, too, by the way. The speed of both the drone and everything else, so we can print for the debug operators. Arithmetic, comparison, and logic operators. If not can harvest, do a flip. Oh. I need more grass before we can do that. Expanding is relatively cheap for ourselves, too. There's also the print here, but I might take the operators first. There's also these. I need more carrots, though. You went faster. I need a lot more carrots for that to happen, or rather, you're going faster. Oh my goodness, there's like a lot going on here. All right, I'm kind of waiting on the grass, but we are spending grass, and I have a lot of probably problems here. All right, because now we got the 4x4. So now it's just a proper mess. I was trying to get to 150 before I closed it. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Operators, yeah, you got plus, minus times. You got the comparisons. So you got like equals, does not equal, not, and, or. Okay, gotcha. All right. I mean, I might need to learn that, but I guess we'll see. I guess I don't need that open anymore anyway. Okay, so now we got the 4x4. It's probably about time that we get a better loop going on here. So I'm going to name this file bad carrots, and then I'm going to close it. Do you wish to delete bad carrots permanently? This cannot be undone. Well, not quite yet. I think it's safe to say, you know, we can probably minimize bushes though, and we'll put bad carrots over here. Maybe like connect it to the clear command. Hello, hello. Okay, won't let me move it anymore. How about now? I thought you could dock them, but I don't know. It's giving me trouble. Okay. So let's make a new one. Shouldn't delete these things, right? We're gonna name this, you know, good, I guess it can't be carrots, but good harvest, you know what I mean? Or maybe we should name it, you know, 4x4. But I think we'll have to do better with a for loop, for instance, you know what I mean? Or at least attempt to do so. So I wonder if you can actually run this and then let that run while I work on this. It looks like we can. Okay. That's kind of nice. So, for... Oh, God. Do you remember what for? I can never remember what it is. So, for... Do you have to even open it? We have to look up world size or something like that again, right? So, W... Get world size. Okay. For get world size... So that would mean it does it for one row, essentially. Right? Now, can get world size actually help us in another way? It's going wild with those carrots for some reason over there. Get world size. Get the current size of the farm. Returns the side length of the grid in the north to south direction. Oh, north to south. Well, I guess either way. Takes 1 tick to execute. For I in range, get world size, move north. For I in range, yeah, you're paining me right now, I gotta say. You're a pain in me. So you'd want to get a variety. I guess I'll trust you. For I in range, get world size. So this would occur, I guess it actually counts this way, right? So I guess we'll start north and then we'll, from north to south and then move east once or something like that to be a little bit different, right? Hey, we got a new hat apparently. Sick. So we probably always want to start with, if you can harvest, you should harvest, right? I kind of feel that way. I think I'm gonna feel that way. Now, we would still like to get some grass here. Now, how do you balance it without actually counting 4x4, right? How do you make sure that you get an equal amount? Well, I guess what you could do... let's assume I don't know, right? If I assume I don't know... Oh, golly, huh? I in range. Oh, they got me. They got me. They stumped me. Obviously, there's solutions here. But if you can harvest it, you should harvest it first. And foremost. Okay. After that, I wonder if we can check if soil or something like that, if grounds. I don't know if it'll actually let me find out. Yeah. I don't think we have that unlocked yet. Now, luckily, we've harvested and absolutely destroyed our little plantation or whatever we got going on here. We've earned quite a bit of stuff in the meantime, right? 500 carrots for more speed. Okay. Unlock some pretty hats. Water the plants to make them grow faster. Ooh, use items.water. Ooh, that's kind of convenient, right? I like it. I'm just unlocking things instead of fixing my problems, you know? 500 carrots to unlock sunflowers and power. Unlocks trees. Oh boy. We're being inundated. I think we can get rid of the arithmetic for now, right? Now, when it says get water, plant grows faster when they are watered. The ground has a water level range from 0 to 1. Okay, the function get water returns the water level of the ground it's over. The growth speed of the plant scales linearly from 1 times at water level 0 to 5 times at speed at water level 1. The ground dries up over time. On average, it loses 1% of its current water per second, but there is some random variance to this. You can use water on your plants. One tank of water is automatically added to your inventory every 10 seconds. So we get like a ton of carrots by doing so. We wouldn't really need it. Take holds 0.25 water. And then you can use items dot water. Okay. All right. Yeah. There must be a colon. Yes. Okay, I put colon. You happy now? Yes, I have put colon. The trouble I'm having is easily trying to figure out how to tell it to decide what to plant based on figuring out the size on its own almost, you know what I mean? So, if we know that the word length is 4, then we should do that many times for 1 and then move on and then do another loop and then okay. So we can do that, actually. So, if can harvest and then you move south, right? So we do that for a whole loop, and then we do another 4 loop. So that's all grass. Correctamundo? I hope so. And then, hold on, we have to move east. Now, wait a minute. How many times? We have to create another 4 loop for this, actually. For the world size as well. Okay, so hold on. So let's tab all that over, right? And then we're going to copy this bad boy. Move that down. Okay, that works. That should work, right? Should I clear before? No, you should not clear. I mean, But then you need to do a while true kind of thing. So maybe what you should do... Because you want this to all repeat, right? While true. Do that. But before you do that, you should just clear everything to make sure you don't mess it up, right? So we actually know it's going to start in the bottom, but that doesn't really matter, right? That's my understanding. Okay. So if can harvest, you harvest it. Then next, we would want to plant some wood, no doubt. Plant entities dot bush. Bing, bang, done, right? So that's another type solved. And then we move east again, right? Onto row 3. Okay, dokie. Now wait a minute. What if I have... Oh, this is interesting, huh? We go down once. We're still kind of manually deciding here, aren't we? Based on the number of plants that we have. Okay. I believe so, at least. Oh, yes, that's kind of not good, is it? Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a ticket. I think I mean, it works, just not very efficiently, as one can imagine. So next up would be carrots, and maybe we just double up on carrots or something like that, right? So we must till. Till, and we plant late carrot. Okay. I don't know if carrots are really what I want the most of, but I think that's what we're gonna do here, either way. Okay, are we ready to check it out? Bonk. We cleared it all. Okay. Oh, it kind of did something weird, I think. It definitely did something weird. Did it do something weird? Oh, it needs to plant the carrots after harvest. Is it doing that? Oh, it should be. Oh, I don't like how it's doing this. It moves south and then it moves east all at once, huh? Now there's like too many carrots or something going on here. Why is it doing it like that? Oh, I need to move east one more time at the end, I think. Is that all it is? I hope so. To recreate the loop. Okay, let's try this again. So clear it. It still feels weird, but I guess it works, right? Okay, now that looks correct. So there you go. Now I did have to manually create a for loop for technically each one, even though I tried to, you know, accommodate the size. But how do you decide like you're gonna do? Also, you can water and get more carrots and everything like that. Okay. Don't worry about that, though. Don't worry about that. The drone can see what's under it and where it is. Yo, though. So, if get position and num items would... Oh, so you can decide. Okay, I understand now. There's still the watering, and there's still the trees to check out. But now we can find out. You know what I'm saying? We can kind of find out what's underneath us and decide based on a few other things. Correct, Amundo? Is it safe to say we can delete that and this? I think so. Okay. Works out for me. Assign values to variables. Next plant equals entities.bush. Plant next plant. Okay. Okay, that could be interesting. Hopefully I don't need to keep the variables window open. God, I would hope not. I have a lot of resources here. Define your own functions. Wow, that's kind of cool, right? Well, I mean, I guess it should be expected, but you never know how far this stuff's going to go. We'll get the debug tool in here, I guess. Cannot plant. I mean, that might be old. I don't know. Because it looks like it's actually doing it pretty well. Or at least I thought so, but then it wasn't planting a carrot afterwards. If can harvest... Hold on, I'm watching this for a second here. Wait. What the hell just happened there? So when it can harvest... It might... Oh, do I not need the till again? I might not need the till for that. Okay, let's try this again. You might not need the till... Oh, but you still need the till the first time. Oh, shit. Okay. If can harvest is true. No, yeah. You have to find out how to till. So I think we also kind of need to find out here something about whatever's going underneath it. So I kind of need to know about the soil and stuff. So I know you can grab... Yeah, get entity type. Get ground type. Okay, so ground type. Return the type of entity or ground that is under the drone. If get ground type is grassland? Grounds, get entity type. Return the type of entity or ground that is under the drone. Trying to figure out what they call it exactly. Right? See the items. Items.hey, get exposition, etc. Get ground type. I thought they called it grassland, but now I'm not sure. Entities, ground stat grassland. Ah. Then we till, right? Then we till. Simple as that. I think we weren't getting as many carrots as we should have. Otherwise. There's got to be a better way to do that, but I don't know how. Okay. Run it back. Error. You can error my nuts, okay, game? How's about that? It's the worst. I like it how... I always love the in these, they know exactly what I did wrong. They're like, hey, you needed to put a colon there. Oh, it's returning. Oh, okay. If get ground type equals ground stock grassland, then you till, right? Then you till. Lovely. I always loved it how they know exactly what you did wrong, right? And they're like, hey, you forgot a colon there. It's like, then just put it there. Just put it there, baby. I know that's not how it works, but it was just, I don't know, it was funny in my head. All right, now we're not getting aggressively tilling, right? There we go. Seems like we need a lot more wood, is my understanding. So to move on, there's sunflowers we need. Could try to get more carrots. Oh, wait, no, I do not have enough bush for that. That's for sure. Increase the yield of bushes and trees. Okay, so we'll do that because we just need so much more of it, right? More yield of grass, but that's going to be a while. Receives more water. I have 69 right now. Sunflowers and power. Okay, lovely. We're learning out here. When do I get to expand the farm more? I kind of wonder. Oh, I can do it right now. 6x6. Holy crap. Okay. And what about this thing? 500 carrots to make it even faster? Hell yeah. This is where things are going to get spicy. I need pumpkins for the next one. Hey, we can unlock pumpkins. Well, no, we can't. We are broke. Fertilizer, too. Okay. Need 500 of those. So, it should be I mean, it might be kind of a mess over here. Everything is tilled for some reason. Why is everything tilled? Does that make sense? So, it seems to know how to do the whole column. But then it gets funky after that. And it's going to eventually till everything, isn't it? Yeah, I understand now. Because it's not expecting that. So this is where, pause. I think we can take this, Control A, Control C, right? Put this down here. Make a new one, right? And we'll say Super Farm. Simple as that. Simple as that. So now, instead of manually adding each one, we can look at our resources and determine whatever is lowest. Methinks. Now, we still have trees. Trees are a better way to get wood than bushes. They give 5 wood each. Like bushes, they can be planted in grass or soil. Trees like to have some space, and planting them right next to each other will slow down the growth. The growing time is doubled for each tree that is on a tile directly to the north, east, west, or south of it. So if you plant trees on every tile, they will take 16 times longer to grow. Oh, boy. So you'd kind of want to plant a tree like every other or something like that, huh? So you'd have to check what's underneath the drone, but not just what's underneath the drone, but what's next to the drone as well. Which is a whole nother thing. Sunflowers collect the power of the sun. You can harvest that power. Planting them works exactly like planting carrots or pumpkins. Harvesting a grown sunflower yields power. If there are at least 10 sunflowers in the farm, you can harvest the one or summer petals to give you 5 times more power. What do they mean by power here? Like, is that just going to be another resource? I would almost think so. But then I don't see it, like, as a resource necessarily here. Simulation. Okay. Define your own functions, which I still have not unlocked. It's time to get some hats. You know what I mean? It's time to get some hats in here. So, the super farm, we're going to have to do better, right? And so, what we can do is delete a lot of this, believe it or not. I think. God, I hope so. So we have one of each. Let's get rid of the 1 carrot one, shall we? And then we shouldn't... Yeah, because we're going to need some if statements. So get rid of all these moving of the east, shall we? And instead, this is going to be if we need more grass. So what is the amount of money that we should, or rather, what is the function? So if, is it entities? Oh crap, I already forgot. Hold on, I gotta open this up again. Built-in functions. Quick print, get ground type. Get entity type, right? I don't know if I'm gonna make use of the trees just yet. There's gotta be items. Obtained by cutting grass. No shit. See plant. No, that's not helpful. So we can look at the grounds. Is it senses? Okay, num items. Okay, that's what I was trying to think of. Turns how many of an item that you have. Items.hey. For example, num items, items.hey. Okay. If, If, well, allow me to demonstrate. Num items of items.hey is less than, I'll have to call, wait, hold on. Yeah. Do that. Is less than num items of items dot wood, then I guess we will simply harvest a bunch of hay. Simple as that. So if we have less hay than wood, then we will do that. Let us... Okay. It works. It's not the most elegant. One might say. One might say. Now this is going to be wood. And if it's less than carrots, right? Now, we have to be careful here. Huh. Now, wait a minute. We don't know what's here, right? We don't know what's underneath it. All we understand is that we don't need to plant any wood right now. Instead, we're just harvesting and moving on. So that's sort of a problem. Now, if we determine the wood is low, then we can choose to plant the bushes in that zone. And I think it doesn't matter if the soil is tilled or not, if I understand it correctly. So I kind of get that, I suppose, right? So, but you shouldn't waste time tilling, it feels to me. You should not waste time tilling if it's already tilled. Also, this doesn't plant anything. So, should we, after the harvest, if grounds dot soil, hold on, if get ground type equals grounds dot soil, then we shall have to untill it, basically, in order to plant the grass. It feels kind of wasteful, huh? Because maybe you should really only be... You should till a certain amount, and then just leave it tilled, instead of, maybe this is for the best, though, right? So, if it is already soil, I want to convert it back into hay, basically, right? And then we move on. And I think that works. Now, this might not plant hay. Well, it will plant hay if we're harvesting wood, right? Because you'd have to replant the wood. Okay. You'd have to replant the bush otherwise. Okay. I think I understand. So for the bush, I think it can be planted either way. So it could be tilled, it could not be. So I don't think we need to check for the tilling type here. We can simply find out how much wood is there. We harvest, we plant a bush for next time. You move on. Okay, I don't think you need to check. And then for the last one, we need to find out here. Let's take care of this bad boy. Let's find out if... Oh, wait a minute. That's it, right? Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Should I just do an else? I guess you can just do an else, right? Yo, it's been a while, else. And then instead, we're going to plant the carrots. We have to make sure it is tilled. Okay, yeah, it's already checking for us. If it's grassland, you till it and you plant the carrot. So in other words, if wood is less than carrots, I think this works. What do you think? And then we move east at the end of that. Correctamundo? Either way, I believe. Move east. Market world size. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, let's give it a shot. Ready? Super farm, go! Oh, there's an error. That happened fast. There's an error after... Okay. I'm sorry. Does the else need a colon? I'm gonna assume so. Nope, I messed up. There must be a colon at the beginning of every code block. Alright, because there's more ifs. Oh, no. How embarrassing. Yeah, once again... Oh, come on. Items.carrots does not exist. Is it items.carrot? Okay, here we go. What's it look like here? So, we're planting a lot of bushes because we have no wood, basically. We have less wood than anything else. So it is working. Ah, look at it go. Now, once we have too much wood, it's going to swap into another resource, and we have to just make sure that works accordingly. Now, it is rather inefficient, since apparently you'll be harvesting a lot more wood with trees, right? Is my understanding, but it looks like it's doing the whole grid pattern, and I won't have to really adjust. Super farm looking pretty super sexy to me. We can unlock it so that we get more water. Okay, so now the carrots have caught up, right? So we're planting more carrots, and we're probably just going to do a whole wave of carrots, but that's kind of fine. I mean, we need all of these resources, is my understanding. Okay, so yeah, we're getting more carrots. So this whole farm... Okay, it did eventually come back into bushes. Oh, this is beautiful, huh? Look at that. How elegant. How simple. You know what I mean? So easily understood. You know, this is just... What do they call it? This is just readable code. You don't need comments. Not one bit, I tell you. Not one bit. Okay. Wood. Speed. I know, I was typing all that out, and I probably could have just had it going, right? Because now I need a lot of this stuff. The yield of grass would be good. More speed is always going to be useful, but we need 1,000 carrots. Expanding would take a while. Need pumpkins, too, which I don't have. We can plant pumpkins. But it costs a lot. I feel like we should kind of just get into some other stuff here. Now, water will help things grow faster, but that won't really help in this situation right now. So I don't think there's much point. Grows plants instantly with fertilizer. Oh, wow, that is interesting. But it's expensive again, and I feel like I'd rather just save up for a better yield of carrots, for instance. And then over here, do I want a better yield of grass? What the hell is grass for anymore? Grass would be for making the trees yield better. Now, the trees will be interesting, right? Use lists to store lots of values. Oh my god, not the lists. You find your own functions, which we read, and then you can go to import and you go to random. Why the hell would you want random? I don't know, actually. Enter the leaderboard for the fastest times. Yo, what? That is some wild stuff right there. So, there's the speed for 1,000 carrots, which is tempting. Increasing the carrot Get speed, get time. How do you increase the wood harvest here? Oh, I guess you can't. You have to use the trees, right? Yield of carrots. Yield of bushes and trees. Oh, okay. So I do actually need grass, because I need to upgrade this. The truth is, you kind of need to target certain things, unless you can program it so that it checks on specific upgrades or something like that, right? But now we're just going to harvest a ton of wood until that goes all the way back up. But this is where you could just leave the game AFK, potentially. And in the meantime, while this is going, you could potentially start a new file, right? A new file that gets into the tree business, perhaps, right? So what you could do is copy that, new file, trees, you know, paste. But now, if wood is low, we want to start planting trees. But how much tree do we want to plant is another question. Give 5 wood each. Like bushes, they can be planted on grass or soil. Okay. But they just can't be planted next to each other. There must be a way to sense, I would hope. Over yonder, right? Sunflowers, which I still don't even understand what the hell that's about. The drone can see now. Functions, get position X and Y. Return the current X and Y position of the drone. Okay. We got num items, get the entity type. So can you get the entity type of a certain position? Return the current X and Y position of the drone. Now, does it wrap the whole tree business is also another question, right? So what you'd have to choose to do, you'd have to choose whether or not you're going to plant a bush or a tree, basically. Correct, Amundo? So this is probably going to be else, and we're going to figure out what's going on here. So we have to first find out, are there any trees planted north, south, east, or west of us? So... oh, God. If... return the type of entity or ground that is underneath the drone. Okay, so I don't even know if you can actually find out what's underneath a different position, per se. Right. Unless you can actually put in a parameter for get entity type. Like if you can put in a position, maybe? Can you tell me more about get entity type? It turns on if there's no entity underneath the drone. I don't know if you can put that in there or not, right? Get entity type. Returns on if the tile is empty, otherwise returns the type of entity under the drone. Find out what kind of entity is under the drone. This might be an unlock. Can't really find out what they last planted either. So that doesn't help us as well. So how would you find out if you planted a tree north, south, east, or west of it? I am not sure, to be honest. I kind of got to go back here, and I can probably unlock some stuff here, right? Yeah, we can unlock the speed because we got enough carrots now. And we can maximize the speed already. I mean, it seems like you might as well. It's probably one of the better upgrades we can grab right now, right? Carrot yield. But now I'm going to farm a ton of carrots until it's even again, which is kind of bad in its own way. Because it means that I'm not going to be able to get this soon, which I should be able to do. That's where you'd have to kind of delete everything. Receive more water. Okay, so that actually could be bad too, since we have to spend hay and wood just to plant the carrots, right? But eventually, yeah, it can't be that bad at the end of the day. Fascinating. Use list to store values. The list could actually be helpful in a sense, right? Maybe that's how you do it. Define your own functions, huh? Define your own functions. We'd have to... hold on. we'd have to do is you'd have to make a list of what you've actually planted, correctamundo? And then you could use a function, perhaps, to read from that list to determine what's in whatever position, right? Oh, but by God, is that a mess. That sounds like a lot of work, baby. Instead, I could just start planting pumpkins and forget about it. You know? So the tree thing seems like sort of a pipe dream to me. A little bit. I mean, so even if I told it to plant a tree every other, right? It's not very useful, I don't think. I don't think it would be. Because they might still start growing slowly. Because we're going to get them like east to west or something like that. That's my understanding of it, at least. Fascinating. So the trees would be a lot of work. But it could actually help us, I'll admit. I need 1.2k on the hay to get that upgrade. The pumpkins, I kind of want to get more yield on all this stuff, pretty much, before doing much else. So, what else can I do here? Well, now we can kind of look at something new, like sunflowers, I suppose, right? I know I haven't gotten much done in a little while. Let's look at the sunflower, which I haven't done anything with. So, trees. Hashtag canceled, basically. Instead, this is going to be sunflowers. Sunflowers collect the power from the sun. Harvesting them will give you items.power. If you harvest a sunflower with the maximum number of petals, you get bonus power. Base growth time between 5.6 and 8.4 seconds. Can grow on soil. Plant cost is 1 carrot. Okay. All right. So we have to add that, basically, over here. So sunflower is going to replace the else, I suppose. You know what? You could put an else in here in case, like, you know, I run into an issue and it just repeats the hay thing. I don't know if that's really necessary, but I'll feel better about myself if I did it. Kind of cover the bases to some degree, right? To some degree or another. So that's that. And then this is going to be... It's going to check our carrots. And if carrots are less than power, items.power, right? Yep. Hold on, let me buy something real quick. Let me get the wood. I can actually get both of them. Lovely. Now I have a ton of carrots. Can I spend that on anything interesting? I mean, you can spend it on this stuff, but yeah. I'll do the list later. Okay. Okay, so over here... Carrot is less than power. Okay, so we're going to plant... We're going to plant a sunflower. It does need to be tilled. Wait, no. This is where I plant the carrots. I was going to say, I think I'm missing something. If can harvest. Okay. Wait, why is the else you plant the bush here exactly? If you can harvest it, you harvest it. If you cannot harvest it, you plant the bush. Wait, does that make sense? Why do I have an else there? Oh, I don't normally. Oh, what? What am I doing with my life? Why did I put that there? It might be high. Someone's high. Okay. Move that back. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so here we're planting carrots. But we have to make sure the soil is tilled. I don't know why there's an else there still, because it's not in the old one. But I did something weird. I don't know how. So we need to check and see if if get ground type equals... I mean, it's right here, Dan. It's in the old one. There you go, honey. Okay. Now the else, just, that's how we plant the sunflowers. Okay. That's how we get the sunflowers. And sunflowers have to be tilled, right? Can grow in soil. Okay, so we need to exchange this for this. That's donezo. So we make sure that goes into soil. Then we simply plant a sunflower, right? Cost a thing. I made this way harder than I needed to. Can we all agree? This should have been so easy. Goddamn spaghetti code, I tell you. Okay, so now Super Farm can take a break. Chill. Minimize maybe now. I think we can close the 4x4 because that's pretty much useless, right? Sunflower, go. No errors, it appears to be. Now I'm planting a ton of sunflowers. Now, how long do they take, and how much should I worry about that? It says there's a bonus if you have, like, all the petals or something like that. Oh, my God. And now it's not doing anything. And it's just waiting for the sunflowers. Now, it says there's a bonus. This might be where it's for the best to use the fertilizer. Or the water, I guess, right? So should I just assume that I should use the water either way? So we're planting the sunflower, right? Use item. Use item. Do I have to tell it what item? Water? There's get water. Use item, items.water. I have 222. Is it as simple as that? I kind of wonder. Show me that tooltip again. Item n equals 1. Attempts to use the specified item n times can only be used with some items, including items.water, items.fertilizer. Returns true if an item was used. False if otherwise. Okay, interesting. Now, water used to water the ground by calling use item. I have 225. Now, I will run out of water, no doubt now. It is going down very quickly, but we're planting sunflowers very, very quickly now. Now, supposedly we can get water, potentially. So we'll have to check, probably before using the water, right? So, if, right? You ready? I don't think you're ready. Num items, items.water. Items.water is less than... I don't know. Should it just be less than another item, probably? I'm kind of thinking so. Num items, items.sunflower. No, items.power, even. Then we're going to need to get some water. Now, what does get water do? Get water. What does get water do exactly? Get the current water level under the drone. Oh, that measures the water level. Right, because you don't need to water every time. Okay. Hold on. If get water returns less than... we'll just say if equals 0. Then you can use the water. But only then. Does that make sense? I think so. Wait, if water equals 0, then we're going to plant water. We're not using any water. That doesn't seem right. Hold on. I have 78. Use items, items.water. Explain get water to me again. No, you're not explaining it. Send help. Okay, hold on. We slowly gain water. Yeah, get water was not what I remembered. I thought it would go retrieve a bucket of water. Returns the water level under the drone as a number between 0 and 1. Takes 1 tick to execute. Example, if get water is less than 5, use water. Apparently it never equals 0. Well, I guess we should use the example that it has for us here, right? So if it's less than 0.5, then I guess we shall use some water, shall we? We're planting carrots now, though, because we have too much power, basically, so... Now we are using water again. What happens if I run out of water, which is about to happen, basically? I guess the water never equals 0, but yeah, we're using a lot less now, at least. Okay. Back over here, we can finally unlock the pumpkins. Also, oh, I can make it so we get more water. Okay, that's probably a good idea, then. I don't... Yeah, you get a certain amount, like, per second here. I don't know if there's really another way to improve upon that, though. We're going to be doing a lot of bushing. Now, it's only supposed to use the water for the sunflowers, because they take forever to grow. But I'm noticing the water going down anyway. Why is it going over here? Why is it executing this exactly? When we clearly have less bush than anything else. Huh, that's interesting. I'm not sure. Maybe this should simply be... If carrots are less than power. If power is less than hay? I don't know, but I am out of water. Or if we have some amount of water, we plant some sunflowers. Should that be what it is? If we have some water, basically... Num items, items dot water. What? Oh my goodness gracious me. Items dot water. Is greater than 10, we'll say. Is that weird? It's a little weird. So basically, after checking it, if I have some amount of water, we will plant some sunflowers no matter how much power I actually have. I guess, do I have this command? I don't think I do, actually. Oh, I also put a thing there. I don't think I have the AND operator, whatever they might call it. So, oh my god, I spent over an hour just like that. Okay, let's just see how this runs now, shall we? So I have some water, so I planted some sunflowers. Now, that's kind of wasting time potentially because I'm planting multiple things. Oh, I broke it. How did I break it? What's the matter with it? If my water is greater than 10... Huh. I very broke it. And I put that back on the else. So it is running it. So it's always going to do the sunflowers after everything else, which is a mistake. Should this be if else? Do I have if else? Else if, rather even? What is else if, if? That's the same condition as else if. Oh. Maybe we should be doing that. And then else for the last. How does that work? We're doing sunflowers for now. And then we're doing carrots because they're all quite even. Seems like... Oh no, it's being weird. I mean, it seems to be working, but... It's almost working, at least. I kind of borked it. It was working so smoothly before, can we all agree? It's probably about time we check out the pumpkins, but that's going to be it for this episode? I mean, I would like to finish it, but it seems like there's going to be quite a bit of work, and I don't know if my knowledge level is high enough to really do so, but hey, this was fun, you know, kind of a trip down memory lane, at least for me. I definitely got sucked in way more than I expected, but yeah, that's the farmer has been replaced, I believe, or the farmer was replaced. Check it out on Steam, I have a link in the description as you do. If you want to see more of the game, make sure you let me know down in the comments, like, subscribe, you know what's going on. And I shall see you in another video.